Today, I'm going to be talking about the importance of an air vapor barrier. So, if you're wondering what that is, basically it's a plastic film that is water and air resistant that goes on the inside of your wall behind your drywall. So, in other words, it goes on the warmest side of your wall construction. Now, I'm from Canada, so that rule may not apply in different locations and climates. What I was taught in school that was that some places in, say, the United States actually puts the vapor barrier on the outside of their wall, the cold side. But from where I'm from, we have cooler climates. So that is why we put the vapor barrier on the warm side. Well, I'm going to tell you why we do that. And it's because, well, to simplify it, basically, it's to keep air and moisture from the exterior of the house coming to inside the house, and it's also to prevent the warm and moisture air from inside of your house to go outside. You don't really want to have air infiltration or air exfiltration. You want to have a constant good flow of air and healthy air quality in your house. So what the vapor barrier does when you put it on the warm side of your wall is that the air and moisture from the inside of your house, from, people breathing, just living life, from cooking, you get steam, you get moisture. It prevents that moisture to go through your wall and, say, touch your insulation, which causes mold. It can cause damage to your walls, your studs can rot. A lot of bad things happen when, construction parts get wet. So that protects all of that construction. And your drywall, your finishing, your paint, everything is fine. It's protected already. It's created to withstand living, basically. So that is kind of the main reason why we have it on the inside. And then of course, from the exterior side of your wall, you have your weather barrier, which goes behind your siding. A lot of times you'll be driving and you'll see house construction or new house construction that doesn't have their siding up yet, but they have that plastic stuff. Like, for example, Tyvek is a very commonly used one from around Canada and all sorts of places here. And what that is, it's the weather barrier. And a lot of people might not know that, or if you do, what that does is it prevents water from coming through your house, coming through your gypsum board and touching your studs and your insulation and everything else inside. It's going to be stopped by the weather barrier, and it's going to drip down your house, and then you're going to have a drip edge at the bottom of your wall, and it's going to flow away from your house. Grade the landscaping away from your house. You shouldn't have any water issues, hopefully. So that weather barrier helps prevent water from coming in from the outside. And if anything were to happen, you still have that air barrier. So basically, an air barrier is important for human health. You need it. For example, if you don't have one, your air quality inside your house in the wintertime will be very, very dry. Very dry air isn't good for human health. It can cause allergies, it can cause colds and flus, and it's just not very healthy. Humans are supposed to have humidity in their bodies because we are made of water, and that is something that's very important, that we have good air quality inside our house. So it kind of depends on your climate, but you should have a certain percentage. So basically what you can do is look up somewhere, go to a trusted source and find the proper humidity for your location. So signs of having a dry house include, showering and the mirror doesn't fog up and you don't have a fan on and it's completely dry. That is a good sign that you have a bad vapor barrier sealant, because it's so important to have a vapor barrier, and it's so important to have it sealed. If it's not sealed, it's not going to work properly. It needs to be able to be completely sealed around absolutely everything. Even electrical outlets. People might not really realize that, but you need to make sure you caulk and seal around it, or else it's just going to be useless. The air is going to find its way out through there, and it's useless, basically. It's going to help so much if every single piece of that vapor barrier is sealed tight. And that is so important for house construction. And having a properly sealed air vapor barrier will make your house last longer because it's less exposed to the moisture and humidity, which causes studs and insulation to rot and fail. So this is why it's very important that if you are renovating and you have to cut your vapor barrier, make sure that whatever you do, it needs to be sealed. And that's very important for any location, for any climate. Vapor barriers are so important, and I feel like they're very forgotten. So hopefully that helps you understand more or less kind of the simplified importance of it. I noticed in our bathroom, when you get out of the shower, it doesn't fog up. And that's because, no, the fan isn't on. It's because it's so dry in here, and I don't think there's a vapor barrier in this wall construction or roof construction or any part of this house. I don't think that there is one at all. And there are a lot of signs of that. And one of those signs is that the air quality is extremely dry in the winter, and we have to use a humidifier to help balance that air quality. But I mean, it's very important to make sure you do have a properly sealed air vapor barrier, or hopefully you have one, period. Basically, long story short, vapor barriers are very important, and it's something that you should not disregard. They're very important that they need to be sealed. If you're going out of your way to put a vapor barrier on your house, which you are obviously doing, seal every single piece of it. Seal it, seal it, seal it, seal it. I cannot express that enough, because if you don't, it's more or less useless. It has to be sealed, it has to be continuous, and it's going to make your health a lot better. It's going to make your house health a lot better. And in general, it's just one of the most important things that I think is one of the most forgotten things. So hopefully this video helps you understand the simplicity behind it. I know that I'm not a professor at this, but I have taken courses and classes to help understand why this is important, and to simplify it, that is the reason. It's just an air vapor barrier. It does exactly what it says it does. It repels water, and it does its thing, and you just gotta trust it. So I hope this video helped you out. I hope it helped you understand. And if you clicked on this video because you have dry air and your bathroom mirror doesn't fog up and you wonder why, and it's not because your fan is on or anything, it might be due to the fact that you either don't have a vapor barrier in the house or place that you're living, or it's just not properly sealed. Maybe there was roof construction at one time and they cut through the vapor barrier and they didn't seal it, they just left it open, and there's a big square cut out, and you don't notice it because of course it's just drywall or whatever kind of sealing finish you have. You don't notice that stuff, but really all the moisture and air is escaping and you're left with dry air, and like I said, it's just not a good, it's just not good. It's not healthy. So I'm gonna show you an example of what that might look like in the bathroom, and hopefully that'll help you understand a little bit more. So here's the bathroom. The shower was on for about 20 minutes or so on hot water. The door is closed. The bathroom is about this size. It's not very big, and yet there's no humidity on the mirror. Nothing. There's no moisture on it. And the fan was not running while the shower was on. And this is also to show you guys that it's very important to have a vapor barrier or seal it, because that is how dry the air actually was. It was so dry that there wasn't enough moisture or extra moisture to condense on different objects. It's floating in the air, and the air is absorbing all of that moisture because that's how dry it actually is. So I just wanted to show you an example of basically the fact that it's dry in here, and it's either because there's no vapor barrier in this house or it's not sealed whatsoever, and that causes very dry air and dry skin and not fun stuff and getting sick all the time. So I hope this video helped you out. Hopefully it helped you understand a little bit more on how important a vapor barrier is. Like I said, I'm not an expert. Actually, I am. I did take a course on this. I specialize in it. Okay, this is not cool at all. All buildings and houses should have a vapor barrier, especially if you live in colder climates. It will help immensely. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments or anything at all, just feel free to comment below or like this video, or would like me to make a video on something else that has to do with construction or the building envelope or anything like that. Just let me know and maybe I will. Maybe not, but maybe. You never know. Don't know until you ask or try. So yeah, anyways, hopefully you enjoyed, and make sure your vapor barriers are sealed, and I will talk to you later. And if you do have dry air, a tip is apply lots of lotion, drink lots of water, and have a humidifier, because those will help you keep that humidity on your body. It might not help your house, but a humidifier would probably help your house a bit, but it would also help your health. So sleep with a humidifier on if your house is really dry. That will help prevent your body catching illnesses and stuff like that, because when the air is dry, it's easier for your body to catch things, I guess. Apparently, I'm no doctor, but that is apparently something that happens. Seal it and believe it. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye.